Welcome back, Half-Bloods, to the Half-Blood Pod. It's your boys, Scott and William. How you doing, William?
I'm so good. So good. It's been a while.
Technically, we're posting another video before this, but I'm back from Bora Bora and excited to pod.
Looking good.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna kick off our Witch Weekly with a small story of I tried to start a new book series while listening. It's Mistborn Sanderson. I know you're anti-Sanderson, William. It's not the point of the story, but basically I listened to it on the way to Bora Bora, 9-hour flight, and had it in and was intentionally trying to sleep. So then I'd wake up and be like, where the heck am I? I don't know what's happening because I've never listened to this book before. And then I'd just go back to chapter 1. And I did that 3 times. And it was a huge mistake. And then on the way back, I repented and I made an amazing choice. And I should have done this on the way. Well, actually, I couldn't do it on the way there because it wasn't out yet. But then on the way back, the new Audible Harry Potter full cast edition was released. And I listened to that on the way back. And it was amazing because I would just wake up and I'd be like, Harry's at school now. And then I go back to sleep and I wake up and like, Harry's flying a broom now. And it was just amazing to just like wake up to these beautiful sounds, beautiful new places that I knew, but also it was kind of new for the first time. So you've listened to it more than I have. So I can give a little bit more of a take, but tell me where you're at.
Okay. So the audiobooks are so much better than I ever even imagined. First of all, obviously I was very excited for these, but and I've said it before, every night I listen to Harry Potter books when I go to bed, right? I listen to them during the day a lot. I just recycle them and I jump into random chapters. And I've always listened to Jim Dale, and Jim Dale is incredible. He did everything himself. That man is the greatest single narrator or audiobook reader, one-man actor I've ever seen. It's incredible because Stephen Fry does a great job too, but Jim Dale's better. Anyway, we've talked about that. I was like, hey, this is going to be interesting. Okay, I'm excited about it. I was blown away. Okay. Everybody sounds perfect. The noises happening. If you listen to it in your car, well, I don't know everyone's car, my car, whatever. I drive a minivan, but it's a nice minivan. So it has a pretty decent sound system in it. And the noises are coming from different places. Hagrid walking down Diagon Alley, you can hear the stomp of his feet and everything like that. And the keys shaking as he walks. Everything. Incredible. It completely blew my mind. I was so into it. My wife, Brianna was talking about Quidditch. Have you listened to Quidditch?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh. Quidditch in this thing is incredible. They're flying around, they're zooming around. Everything is so much better than I could have imagined. This is what I listen to this and all I think is, oh my gosh, the TV show is going to be incredible. Yeah. That's what I think about. I just couldn't stop thinking about how the TV show is going to be because it's literally to me, this was like listening to a movie. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
You're listening to a movie. I'll shut up. Say some more. We'll keep talking about it.
That's exactly where I was at, where I was like, this is so different. it's some in-between world that I've never been in before, in between the book, which we've talked so much about this. We love the book. We're pure, blah, blah, blah. We'll try to do better and expand our horizons. And the movies, which, again, in this world we don't like.
They're stinky doo-doo pants.
Yes, this was some beautiful in-between world that we have never experienced where I can close my eyes and I'm so much closer to seeing something on screen that I want to see. And it was transformative. It was weird.
It was amazing. And then you would hear and it takes it getting used to because when for example, Uncle Vernon, when Hagrid's telling Harry he's a wizard and Uncle Vernon is shouting and scared, the actor, he gets really loud. And then the time where he says something mumbles something Mimble Wimble, they say that. Yes. He literally is in the background, you barely hear it. He's Mimble Wimble. You hear stuff like that. And you're yes. Wow, that's nuts. When someone's saying something, they're from far away. And it's just the ambiance of it. It took me I don't know, the first chapter, and I was okay, because the first chapter is obviously really heavy on the narrator. Right. And in the beginning, and she's great too. She's amazing.
Yeah,
Carmen
just, like, a lot of
Jumbo, I
traffic
think was her
noise
name.
and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah, so I was like, okay, and then I just you hear a new voice, like that's McGonagall, nice, like Hugh Laurie, Dumbledore, amazing, like it. And I purposely like avoided spoilers, like I didn't hear Voldemort until the end,
I guess
and
I haven't either, so I'm
he
not there yet.
knocked it out of the park, amazing, did a great job, creepy and weird and breathy and whatever. So yeah, like it just was like this is like what I imagined, like if I was. It just had the audio of a movie. Like this is what,
Yes,
and that's not what I expect from the TV show, obviously, to be just literally the book words. No.
But this is not like I don't know. It's different. It's different than listening to Stephen Fry or Jim Dale. Like this is I wouldn't. It's hard to even compare it to them. Are you still there? You look.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. It's hard to even compare that. Like it is an in between that never existed before this, and
because it's not just everyone's a different actor. Like Jim Dale did a million different voices. Every voice was unique, pretty much. But the whole production.
Yes, it's a production, and I did catch myself doing that. Where I was like, oh, I can't believe they capture or remember that or capture that. I'm trying to think of a good example, but Vernon whispering in the back is a good one. But I was like, well, of course they are. They're just doing the literal everything in the book is going to be here. And I was like, that was a stupid thing to be excited about. But we've never had this before. To again, more than just reading the words. It's amazing.
And the style of it. So in the original audiobooks, with Jim Dale or Stephen Fry or whatever, so Hagrid, right, yelling, right? The style of that, he would do a yelling voice, but he didn't yell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was amazing, but in this one, they're just gonna be loud and they're gonna really go for it. And it reminded me of one of the things we talked about, the movie sins of how ridiculous Hagrid being whispering at Uncle Dursley, never insult Albus Dumbledore in front of me. And you compare it to the actual book, and then this audio production of it, and it's loud and boisterous, he's yelling, and it's awesome.
That's a good point of how I can do, how we can do book versus movie a little bit better now. Now, instead of me trying to read it, we could just play the audio. This is how it should have sounded.
Right. And then they have so much creative space to adjust and do things and everything like that. Another interesting thing about it is aside from the Sorcerer's Stone, everything is British. They're using different words. It's not the American version, it's the British version. So they'll say football and everything else. They use the British version of everything except
There's lots of words.
Sorcerer's Stone.
There's lots of times that happens, and I have to go back because I'm reading the British versions to my kids, and there's lots of times
because the illustrated ones are also the British version.
Because and I'm just
minus philosopher. It's weird how they changed that, but they didn't change anything else.
I know
everything else. I don't really care, but it's just funny.
I changed the words back into English because I'm just I don't know what these words mean, and I feel
back into American words for it.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm just and they gave him his schedule because I don't know the word that they're using, for schedule or and they always use
Hermione was talking about studying because she's I should have started studying weeks ago, right?
Yes,
and revising is what they say in this revising.
I don't know what that means.
It means studying.
They write the word. I know they write the word leaned or
linked.
They always, and I don't know how to say it. It doesn't make sense to just say that word. Harry leant against the wall. That doesn't make sense.
Right.
I don't know what that means. I just have one more thing. I feel
we're not the biggest Anglophiles. I've never been.
I feel like the trailer they put out was not the best thing they could have done. I feel just listening to the train the whole time was I feel the train's a little bit annoying and it's a little distracting. And I don't feel that way now, but just hearing it with that never having
jumping into
background,
it from nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
I was the train's a little much and it's just constant. And I don't know if I need that there. Does that improve the book? But
I thought that too. And then I did because I was a little nervous. I was there's gonna be a lot of noise. I wonder if I'll but like it eases you in because of the first chapter, and then by then you're like, it's all like you get lost in the world. You just get lost in it. You're like, this is amazing. And I think I want to shout out, like, okay, Riz Ahmed as Snape. Oh my gosh, he's so good as Snape. He should be cast as Snape. I was like, he would have been a perfect Snape.
Well, maybe, hopefully, the Snape we have now will assault someone and they'll have to be replaced. So,
but whenever he's talking, all I can think of is he's Bodhi, the pilot from.
He sounds
Rogue One.
just like him. Yeah, his voice is—it's not.
He's a brave
different
man.
enough.
And he died to save the rebellion.
True.
Much like Snape.
As did many others. As did Snape. Basically, already has played Snape.
Yeah.
Double agent.
But yeah, like it's incredible. What, like, did any of the voices stand out to you so far?
Do you think that? Do you ever get confused of who's Ron and who's Harry? I feel like they sound very similar.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah. And I like how they're going to recast them when they get to book 4 too, because they're going to, after puberty, they got to sound different, right?
Yes, they do.
It looks so good, and it makes me so bummed out now that I'm like, wait, I have to wait until.
That's what I was going to ask. When's 2 come out?
December 16th, I believe. I'm pulling it up now on my computer, so I apologize from the super loud keys on my cool mechanical keyboard that you can't appreciate like I do.
That'll give me time to catch up. So I'm glad it's December 16th, unlike you who needs it now.
Yeah, I went through it like really slow because like usually like I listen to it when I fall asleep, so I'm like, well, whatever. Like I'm gonna, I mean, I've heard it a million times. Like, you know, I pop in and out. But this one, I was like, no, I need to listen to it all the time. Like, I need to hear everything they try.
Focus.
Hermione, great.
Go ahead.
Arabella Stanton, the actual actress, she sounds great.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
She is Hermione. I feel like
was awesome as Dumbledore. He's very goofy and weird.
Agreed. After listening to it for just a couple minutes, I was really just looking for like, what is happening in the background? Like, how are they representing this? And I'm listening to that more than I'm listening to just the actors. You know, I'm locked in. I just want to hear it all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and I know like Fred and George were great. Notes. I really like the people doing Fred and George. That was great, Fred and George. And they have a lot of like famous people, like people that are like pretty like well known. Like,
right.
Who's gonna be
kind of embarrassing?
James McAvoy is gonna be someone in there. I can't remember which one. But Bill Nighy is Professor Slughorn. Let's see.
That's right.
I don't know. It's amazing. Neville had the most annoying voice. He's like, Grandma Toad, where is it? It was like so bad. Well, like that's what a normal. It's just. I mean, there's a million different British accents, right? That's one of the cool things about the country is you can go like 3 miles away and they talk like different. You know, his was what I think is a northern accent or something. It was ridiculous. It sounded annoying. I was like, no wonder you can't have everyone thinks you're lame, Neville. You talk like, where's my turd? I don't know what it is.
Maybe I wonder if he grows out of it as he spends more time with able.
Yeah, I mean they're
Brits.
Yeah,
we'll see. Amazing recast. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
More Harry Potter. That's what matters. There's more Harry Potter in our life, more ways to digest it, and we're all blessed because of it.
Yeah, and it's just amazing because, like, it's like, and the last thing I'll say about it is, you know, I have 4 kids. They're from 10, 7, and then twins that are 5. All of them blown away. Like, they're just locked in. We listen to it in the car. We do whatever. They very much are like really locked in for it. So
I flashed it to the kids, but we haven't dove in yet. We'll be there. We'll be there very soon.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you listened to it more than I did, because if it was just my takes, we wouldn't have been able to do a segment. So thank you, William. Thank you.
I know. I can't wait to talk about the next one when they add in more. Who's going to be Gilderoy Lockhart? It was, Oh wait, I gotta look it up.
Who's going to be the basilisk? Is that just the narrator, or does somebody get cast as basilisk? I don't think the narrator's ready. I think they need to cast somebody.
It was Kit Harington is Gilderoy Lockhart. Jon Snow.
Jon Snow. I had to look him up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is he in a Marvel? Is he in the Marvel movie now?
He was
Eternals.
He was in Eternals. Yeah, he was Cersei's
like...
boyfriend, who was going to be the Black Knight, but then he wasn't because that movie stunk, and
they erased all potential movies based off of Eternals.
Yeah. Mad Eye Moody is James McAvoy, who is Professor X from Days of Future Past and those movies. Who do we have? Keira Knightley is Umbridge. So that's interesting.
She can channel her inner Toad. I'm sure she'll be great.
Yeah, she'll be great. Everything about it's amazing. 100 out of 100, A+. I cannot wait until the next one. And I'll talk about it again then, because it's pretty much what I'm thinking about once a month now.
Do they have a full release date? Like, is 3 in January? Is 4 in February? Like,
yep, it's just every month they're going to release one. I don't know the exact dates off the top of my head, but yeah, it's just like one of the months.
Glorious 7 months.
You know, by May we'll get the seventh one. Think about the production of like the final battle and them like circling each other.
That's a good point.
It's got to be amazing.
I'm curious to hear how this actor will like to do Avada Kedavra, and hopefully it's in a less embarrassing way than we get.
Oh yeah, and one thing I wanted to say too, I don't know if I'm sure you picked up on it, but the way that they say Voldemort is Voldemort. They do not say the T. They keep it the original intended pronunciation, which again, that's not like super important because they changed it in the Jim Dale books. They changed it in book 5. Like, I think it just became so vernacular that everyone says Voldemort, you know, even though it means fright from death or whatever, because it's like the portmanteau of French words stuck together.
Stupid Americans.
That she made. But they say Voldemort. They don't say the T. And I hope they keep that. And then it made me think, what about in the TV show? They're probably going to say Voldemort in the TV show.
Keep it.
That'll trip people up. People will freak out. People are going to freak out, Scott. They're going to freak out about it. They're going to say Voldemort, and they'll be like, they're saying it wrong. And you'll be like, well, gosh, I can't wait. Getting jacked up.
I'm really glad that you have these books to keep you busy the next six months. And then you'll only have like a year after that to wait for the show.
Get a trailer next summer, right?
Yeah, I was about to say. Like June, maybe. Yeah, we could have a trailer. That'd be exciting.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Anyway, we can move on. But yeah, A+. I love it. It's incredible. Can't wait.
I'll end this segment with Avada Kedavra. The boy who lived. To die. Draco. Draco, yeah. Don't. That's your impressions are. This should be the whole show. I would watch. I would watch.
Me flailing like a fish.
Draco, come back to me.
Let's finish this together, Tom. The way we started.
I guess, is that what we're doing next? Just a movies 8 deep dive, just scene by scene. We just pause after each scene and then just talk to each other. I think we should do that. I'll fly you out for it.
I don't know, man. That would be great.
But before that, we are going to do part 7 of our glorious series of magical objects.
Heck yeah.
And we're going to finish with the Resurrection Stone, which I know we debated about. It is the perfect ending to what we've been trying to do here, where more or less an incredible magical object is introduced in each book, and each book highlights specifically a magical object and shows us how it works and teaches us all about it and just gives us a cooler thing of magic. And the 7th book it's the Resurrection Stone. We also learn a lot about wand lore and a couple other things, but the Deathly Hallows, Resurrection Stone, this is what it's all about. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I will jump in and teach us a little bit about the Resurrection Stone. So we'll go from there.
The data.
I'm going to first read, which is going to lead directly to a question of what is the Resurrection Stone and who created it. I'm going to read off of HarryPotter.com. Created by death, the Resurrection Stone had the power to bring back lost loved ones. However, those brought back from the dead were never fully alive, and the returned spirits were said to dislike resurrection. According to the legend of the Deathly Hallows, anyone in possession of the Resurrection Stone, the Invisibility Cloak, and the Elder Wand would be the Master of Death. So, the creator, as stated on HarryPotter.com, is death. It does not say that it was created by Cadmus Peverell, who is the alleged first owner of the Resurrection Stone. Of course, he's one of the three brothers. And William, 3 podcasts ago, you kind of rocked my world, both physically and mentally, when you said, "Why can't death be real?" Which is like, why couldn't those 3 wizards have actually run into death, and death actually picked a stone out of the river and created the Resurrection Stone? Which is a thought that in 35 years of life, and since Harry Potter, I started reading it, in 25 years of life, I never came close to thinking death, of course, could exist in this magical world. From what I just read, it's not a question. Death created the Resurrection Stone, per HarryPotter.com.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like saying it because that's what's said in the book, right? I don't think it's like confirming anything about death. But I think if someone told me like pick one to ride with, like I'm riding with that. Death, yeah. It was created by death. Like, and whether or not like the story of like how it happened, like crossing that river or whatever, like that's a myth or a legend or something. Like, I don't know. They experimented with something. Maybe they met death or like the personification of it and all this stuff. Like, you know, why not? Why wouldn't there be? Everything else magical exists. Let's create death. So that's who made it.
I like it. Let's talk about the powers that this has. So, you know, I always read off comparisons to other magical objects, and there are 1.5 other times where something similar to what happens with the Resurrection Stone happens. The real one is in the graveyard with Praetorian Incantatum, when Voldemort's wand is forced to regurgitate its last spells. And now, if Voldemort like if Harry had lost and his wand was forced to regurgitate, like we wouldn't have seen any people, right? Like that was a special circumstance.
Because he didn't murder anyone.
Obviously. I mean, it's an obvious statement. So like Praetorian Incantatum doesn't actually bring back the dead, but
no, it's like a portrait.
Yeah.
It's a portrait. It's like portraits.
Yeah.
It has like some whisper of their intelligence. Like, you know, where they can carry on a conversation, but it's not them.
So like Cedric saying, you know, bring my body back to my dad. And Frank coming out and saying, so he really was a wizard. Like from your perspective, that was not like their actual spirit. That was a portrait coming out of Voldemort's wand. They existed in Voldemort's wand. It was not pulling them from.
Yeah, I don't think it pulls them from like anything like that. I think it's like, you know, the act of murder, you know, splits the soul, and it like and like the magic of that, like, you know, brings back like some kind of echo of like their intelligence left behind, you know.
I like that.
Like some whisper of their being. Like they're allowed to move on and be at peace. Like they're not like tied to this mortal realm. They can move on and be at peace into the next life. But I definitely don't think it was like no piece of them was lost or taken, right? Like the soul is whole and intact. So it's some kind of magical imprint of like, you know, the act of taking the life. Like it's just like a whisper of them, like, you know. something like
I
that,
like
like
that.
portrait. Like I don't know how the portraits work. Somehow they can talk and walk and stuff, but it was just something that came out because they're people that he murdered, and so it's
Murdered with that
like
one.
yeah,
Makes sense.
I don't know. It's really cool though. Like that's the way that you think about that. Like it was whatever it is very important that it happened because it gave Harry time and like instruction and
Yep.
strength to like he couldn't have done that if his parents weren't there
And
to
they
egg him on.
beat down Voldemort, whispering horrible things to him, and we know that he fears the dead.
Yes, he does.
The other illusion that J.K. Rowling brings to us is that when Harry uses the stone, he says they appear as Riddle appeared, less than real. But again, Riddle's even
But
further
more than
away from.
Ghost.
Yeah, exactly. But Riddle's even further away. I mean, Riddle was memory made into flesh, or almost, and still not quite the same thing. But that is the closest thing Harry's ever seen, I guess, to what the Resurrection Stone can do.
Right.
So I can just let you loose, but I also have a question that I didn't think of until I read this. Like HarryPotter.com, again, is it just describing what we saw happen in the book? But it says the Resurrection Stone had the power to bring back loved ones. So could Harry have used that stone to bring back anyone or just his loved ones? Like, does it need to be someone you are connected to? Or could he have brought back Merlin to come and help him walk through the forest? Like,
yeah. Merlin's a Slytherin. He might have been like, maybe Merlin was a toad. It's a jerk. Who knows? Okay. That's what do you think? So I think you have to have let's assume someone in the Department of Mysteries got a hold of it and like turned it into some kind of weapon, right? Where they could like forcibly drag people and like focus its power and like figure something out like that. Maybe, right? Some kind of weapons research type thing. But I think like realistically, like it's kind of like the wand chooses the wizard. Like you're gonna think about who you want, and it's like the Mirror of Erised, right? It's like
yeah,
you can't really hide your desires from it.
yeah,
And like who's actually meaningful, because like I don't know, maybe you can tell me what you think, but like when I think of like when he brought them back, I think that was them, like that was their
I agree.
eternal spirit or whatever death is in the Harry Potter world, right? I think that was their actual, like they were living in this spiritual realm, and he brought them back to this side of the veil. That was actually them. It wasn't like a copy of them or like an imitation. It was actually
memory,
them,
which is
Harry's
what I
memory.
thought. Like, is this only exist in Harry's head?
Yeah, like that one. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, but that was actually them.
I agree.
And like the way I think of it is that like I don't know if they're like permanently there forever. I don't think they're like stuck there. I think like it brings them back, and like they can go back eventually. But like they know they don't belong. Like they were happy in wherever they were, and they don't belong in the new world.
Right. No, like it says, they dislike resurrection, and I agree. It's because they're not where they're supposed to be. They were ready to go on, as we learn about who stays as a ghost and who doesn't, and they were ready for the next journey in life. Well organized mind, but also like I feel like if Harry were to abuse the stone, he could keep calling them back, right? Like I feel like there
I
is
think
some
so.
time limit on it.
I
He
think
lets
so.
it go, picks it back up, flips it again, brings them back, and then they start to feel that like, stop it, we don't belong here, and pushing back and living that half life.
And it would eventually like lead to his downfall, right?
Oh,
like
yes.
it would eventually like go mad and
Cadmus.
kill himself, like Cadmus did, right? Or it would be, like he would lose. In Harry's case, he would like lose his eye on the prize, and he would get lost in that, and he would have been caught and killed or whatever. Like he wouldn't have defeated Voldemort. Like if he, um, like Dumbledore says in the first book in the Mirror of Erised chapter, it doesn't do well to dwell on the past, like and forget to live.
No, it does not. It shows you neither the future nor truth.
Yeah. So it's the like, but it is amazing. Like they are there on the other side of the veil. I mean, literally, there's a veil in the 5th book, right? So there's a veil, and like there is an afterlife. We don't know anything about it, but like when they come back, like in Harry's case, they came back to usher him into the next life with them. I think when people use it unrighteously,
exactly,
it's not going to comfort them. Like it would be, you'd bring someone back and it would just be like someone staring at you disappointed, being like, this isn't it. You've lost your way. Like, like I'm.
What? Oh, that's a. I think that happens. That's in Deadpool. In Deadpool, where he keeps trying to kill himself, and his girlfriend, who's already dead, is like, "It's not your time. Go back," and keeps shoving him back, back into the real world. It'd be just like that.
Or in Guardians Volume 3, where sends Rocket back,
where they quite literally copy the Dumbledore Harry King's Cross Station scene. It's basically scene for scene.
And then he finally accepts he's a raccoon.
What's a raccoon?
Still a beautiful scene, minus
the
creepy animals.
I still overall
enjoy my sister may be mad at me. I don't remember. I very much enjoy that movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, it's like it's not your time. Like it would be like you would talk to someone and like they would still love you, and it's like it would be that person, but they wouldn't. You wouldn't be like you would go mad. You'd be like, they don't want to be here. You don't like it's going to drive you insane. Like, and it's not like, and I don't think they like are going to unravel the mysteries of the afterlife to you. They're like, no, I can't do that. Like that's not. I can't do it.
I agree.
In full. So, the turning it over 3 times, like the idea of like resurrection is really interesting because they don't have a body. They don't have a body, but they look more solid than like they're not a ghost because a ghost is like an imprint of your soul, right? As it's said in one of the books, it mentions that like they are not an imprint; they are the actual real deal thing. Like this is their eternal soul come to life.
So now I'm just thinking of Ron making fun of Snape saying, "Hello, are you an imprint of a soul?
Excuse me,
or are you?" Snape's the worst. I hate him. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Going through the owners of the stone, we have Cadmus Peverell, who again we believe killed himself because of his unrighteous use of the resurrection stone, to quote you. And then it was passed down to his posterity still, allegedly. I mean, again, people use this as definitive proof.
I don't think they knew what it was.
Descended
they
from
didn't,
him, but
right?
They definitely didn't know what it was. But like, who put it into a ring? And like, if he killed himself, like, I feel like it could have got lost. And like, did they truly descend from the Peverells? I don't know. Probably they did, but I don't know. This isn't like the cloak where it seems, it was.
But again,
but it's not
if
like
you're talking about, I mean, the Peverells lived 1,000 years ago, so there's a ton of people who were descended from them.
Yeah, Harry and Voldemort aren't third cousins, or I don't know, like 80th cousins.
No. Yeah.
Anyways, but then Marvolo Gaunt has it, then Morphing Gaunt has it, then Tom Riddle murders him. No, doesn't murder him. Sorry, murders leaves him to die in Azkaban, and takes the ring and then hides it. And then Dumbledore has it, tries to use it also unrighteously and fails. And then Harry Potter is the last person we know to use and have any possession of the ring, as he leaves it in the forest and allegedly, maybe no one knows where it is. But all those portraits were listening. Ron and Hermione were listening, so I feel like word could have got out about what happened. But
I mean, I like to think that like someone somewhere is going to find that eventually, like the One Ring.
Agreed.
You know,
this is agreed. This is off topic, but much more desirable than, well, I guess. Okay, I have two questions here. One is, if you can have one Deathly Hallow, which one are you choosing and why?
I guess like this is why I think the Elder Wand's overrated. Like I don't like it can do things that other things can't. I guess like it can heal a wand.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty big deal, William. Okay,
that is a pretty big deal. But I guess like I'd still say the invisibility cloak. For a couple reasons. I'm not man enough to deal with oncomers. Like I don't want the smoke. I don't.
Inviting the challengers.
I don't want the challengers. I don't want the smoke. I don't want any of that. So I'll stick with the cloak. The stone sounds haunting and terrible. But again, I don't think the stone's like super dangerous. You know what I mean? Like Harry left it on the floor of the forest. It's not like the ring is, right, calling to Sauron. It's not. It's an object that it's dangerous to the individual, but it's not like harnessing some power that is going to be unleashed on the world, And
it wouldn't necessarily corrupt anyone. It could ruin the life of someone who is in a certain situation where they have a loved one who are they desperate to be. But like a random kid with a happy life and all of his parents are alive, he's probably going to be fine.
Right. So, like, assuming the person who finds it isn't an orphan, like Harry, an 11-year-old orphan, I think we're okay.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I would say, like Ron says, unless you're prat enough to go on about it, I've gotten a Vita wand, come and have a go, But I guess the invisibility cloak. Ironically, the invisibility cloak has the most uses for mischief. I'll go beyond mischief. Straight up evil. Like the invisibility cloak in a bad person's hands would be bad. True. But then again, in the Wizarding world, you can already become invisible anyway. Yeah, there you go.
You can.
So
you can, which is the biggest opponent to choosing the invisibility cloak. Well, this podcast is brought to you by the much needed book only ultimate unofficial Harry Potter trivia game. A great game.
Beautiful.
Everyone should buy it. And in this, I have a commentary guide, and I asked this very same question. And I answer this question by saying, it's got to be the Elder Wand. And I quote exactly what you said. I mean, Ron says it right. And again, maybe I just need to reread the books, and I know that I probably would brag about it, and then yes, ultimately it would lead to my death, but all I have to do is not brag about it, and I should be fine. Did not Albus Dumbledore show us the formula where he lived to be like 180 years old?
Are you the equivalent of the most powerful wizard for the last 1,000 years?
I like to think I have many qualities that Albus Dumbledore has. No, I don't believe that.
I have many qualities.
No, I am not quite Albus level. I am not a supreme mugwump, but I don't know. It'd be pretty freaking awesome.
But yeah, he didn't talk about it, right? Although
it'd be a
I will. actually, I'm actually coming around to your side, because in the modern world, very few people even believe in it. It's like a myth, right? That like some people, everyone's may have heard about it, but like no one believes in it anymore, right?
True.
So if you had it and you used it, I mean, like I'm trying to think like how could I use it for gain, but like good gain, you know, not to like hurt people or something, but like how can I use it for my purposes still, you know? Maybe I can turn stuff into gold that other people can't. Maybe I can, you know, break Gamp's laws of elemental transfiguration.
I was about to say,
with it, you know, stuff like that.
Your multiplied bacon tastes better than everybody else's multiplied bacon. You know, that's
There you go. Maybe you don't even. Maybe you can create food. You know, you can defy the laws of magic.
So this is what I wanted to bring up.
No one actually believes in it. So like, if you had it, like, you know, there wouldn't be like people lined up to come kill you.
So that's wanted to be my segue. This is my second question. Is at the end of the 7th book, Harry says, "I'm going to leave the Elder Wand where it came from, which is Dumbledore's tomb." Right? I guess it's a little ambiguous, but I'm going to put it back in my tomb, and then I'm going to die a natural death. I don't know about that, Harry. I feel like he's dying on the job for sure. And then its power should die with me, which also doesn't totally make sense to me. Couldn't the wand choose another wizard? Is it just going to like stay dormant forever? That doesn't totally make sense to me. But those are secondary points. Harry in front of 50, 100 people, I don't know, a couple hundred, I don't know how many, is just circling with Voldemort and is breaking down how that wand belongs to me. There are a lot of people who I think understand a little bit more about wand lore than they did before that battle started, and that moment is going to be talked about more than, I don't know, any event in wizarding history. I feel like a lot of people are going to know about the Elder Wand now, to your point.
Yeah. It'd be like, imagine if like the whole like world was watching and like Truman and Hitler were like circling each other and like
and Truman pulled out a gun that could shoot through a bulletproof vest and explains to everybody how this gun is going to kill you.
The Emperor Hirohito, instead of dropping a bomb, they just circled each other and the whole world got to watch.
I'm saying, like, surely Luna went home and told old Zeno that, you know, Harry found the Elder Wand. You know, like, no?
Yeah, that's where like I will like the solution they do in the movie where he just snaps it in half. Like, that's a smarter solution, unless it can't be broken. Which I would think it probably could.
Harry should probably fix his wand first. Movie Harry is wandless.
Yeah, that part is incredibly stupid. But at least like that is like an end to the wand, you would think, right?
Harry breaks it like so easily. That is one weak, feeble little boy after hours of battling and pretending to be dead. There's just no way Daniel Radcliffe is just like, and then it just crumbles. Like, there's no way.
I also thought about it too with the Elder Wand. Like, Dumbledore's the most famous person in the wizarding world, right? And like, well, I guess it wouldn't have been Garrick Ollivander who sold him his original wand. It would have been some other Ollivander, right? But like,
true.
They would have like, people would have seen his wand and like clocked it, and Ollivander for sure would have seen it. Like I know you used to have this wand and now you have this one, or like
that's 100% true,
or something like that, right? Or he would even if he was too young because Dumbledore's like really old, whatever. He would be like, he would see that wand and be like, that is not my family's wand. We did not make that wand. What is that?
Dumbledore would say, I don't remember discussing my wand with fans.
Yeah, but also the Elder Wand isn't like, people who have it get beat all the time. So it's not like it doesn't, I don't know. Its power doesn't make you unbeatable. You're very easily beaten all the time.
We'll never know how Dumbledore defeated Grindelwald, so I guess I don't know how to dispute what you just said, because all I know is Grindelwald got beat and somebody got their throat slit. And yes, it keeps passing hands, but maybe it's just always in the night. Just a quick, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But the Resurrection Stone is what we were talking about anyway. But yeah.
Good call. Bringing all that back. A couple stats. Again, I kind of debated, do we want the resurrection stone? Hasn't been around that long. It's mentioned 113 times in the 7 books, and I am including in that 33 as stone, which, after we understand that it is the resurrection stone, it's referenced about 33 times. But then it's referenced 41 times as Marvolo Gaunt's ring, and another 39 times as the snitch that Harry's carrying around. And I include all of those to make it's really referenced 113 times, which is quite a bit. Its first mention is in Book 6, Chapter 4, Horace Slughorn, or titled Horace Slughorn, when Dumbledore is just rocking that ring out in the public. Was he wearing that intentionally so that Slughorn would see it? Because he lets Slughorn see it, and Slughorn...
Oh, for sure, because Slughorn had already seen it on Voldemort.
Exactly. But wouldn't that have, like, dissuaded Slughorn to go to Hogwarts? Like, didn't that just totally tip him off of, like, hey, I'm doing Voldemort stuff? And
maybe, but also Slughorn deep down is a good person who,
he is.
He doesn't. I think he was reluctant, but like he ultimately did feel bad, and he wanted to help. He just had to be coaxed in the right way.
It's true. Let it be known, Slytherin House played their part.
I always laughed at that part so much. Be like, oh my gosh, Phineas Nigel was saying
people,
that.
2.5 people who actively try to murder everyone.
Thank you for being a bunch of cowards and being the whole problem to begin with. It'd be like at the end of Inglourious. Be like at the end of Inglourious Basterds when the Hans Landa he makes a deal to sell out the Nazis, and then he'd be like, "Let it be known, the Nazis played their part in ending World War II."
Exactly.
And then Brad Pitt character's like, "Yeah, I can't abide by that," and he carves it in his head.
I support that.
Let it be known, the Nazis played a role in the end of World War II. Be like, shut up.
2 traitors. Congratulations.
That's probably not a really good analogy. People aren't going to dig that. That should be good.
It's okay.
I don't know.
Hopefully we get censored.
Also, that movie was not real, by the way. I'm aware of that. So it's just
The chapter that it is most mentioned is Book 7, Chapter 22. I'm going to, for the final time during this series, say the titular, again, can't say it, chapter. It's not called the Resurrection Stone, but it is called the Deathly Hallows. It's 13 times called the stone, 5 times called the ring, and then 8 times called the snitch. So it goes through the whole process there of them learning about the stone, then realizing it's the ring, then realizing the ring is in the snitch. And we should do this for another time, but is this Hermione's greatest gaslight of Harry, you're wrong, when actually Harry was 100% right and Hermione can suck it?
Probably.
There are several.
Yeah, there are several, but hey, we can't diss Hermione too much. She's the only reason they're not all dead.
Oh, Harry's an idiot, but when he gets a hunch,
they are both
he is
idiots.
right.
But she is incredibly stubborn.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Anyways, it was very fun rereading.
But in her defense, she has to deal with her 2 best friends are morons. So
it's got to be really hard to be the only intelligent adult in the room at all times. And we've already mentioned it several times. The last mention is Book 7, Chapter 36, as Harry tells Dumbledore, I'm going to leave it in the forest. See how that feels. One more thing I want to bring up, and again, all of these objects are mentioned in the last 3 chapters of this book. Several of them in the last 2 chapters. Again, I just love that. Everything has a purpose. Everything is full circle. The last big thing I want to say is the veil between life and death is such a key part of so many stories, and the ability to commune with the dead is a barrier in so many movies, in so many stories. And I thought this was a really cool way to say, yes, this magic that in my world here also cannot solve death, which is just a key part of so many magical stories. But we got some pretty cool magic that can bridge that gap a little bit. And I just thought it was really cool.
I do. And I think going back to that, you said he doesn't solve all magic. I like how, like, in the wizard world, like, life finds a way, you know, like, they can't solve death. Obviously, that's like a universal thing, you know, like, you can't solve death. But like, wizards get colds, they
Star Wars.
get sick. They, like, yeah, like, they're not going to die from something like someone, but like, you know, people still get sick. Dragon pox will kill them. Like, they get sickness, like, they don't have not everything is magical. It kind of like different circumstances, but in like Wakanda Forever, like, they can't heal whatever cancer he had, right? Obviously, that was in real life too, but you know, that's a pretty common thing in like storytelling, is like, you know, yeah, you have like this super high tech or magical world, but it doesn't solve all the problems, you know.
Right. Final Wheel of Time reference during this series is Rand, our hero. Shut up, William. They're amazing, and you should open your mind. Basically, one of the first times he loses control is like he's feeling all powerful, like he can do anything, and then he accidentally kills like someone around him with like all of his power, or he just lets them die. I can't remember if he actually does the killing as he's destroying
like
so many
jerk.
enemies. No, he's not. He's amazing. And then he's basically like, I'm so powerful, I can do this, and he just starts feeding the source of magic that they have into this dead body, and like, I don't know, it's pretty powerful. Where again, he's just doing anything he can to force life back, and of course realizes he can't. I also wrote down Aladdin, you know, pretty classic. Genie's like,
Yeah.
I can't bring people back from the dead. And then to your point, it's like it's a big part of a lot of stories, like, you know, Star Wars and a billion others. But anyways, I enjoyed it all. Oh yeah, I had one more kind of hypothetical, but maybe there is a real answer. So again, Deathly Hallows, Dumbledore and Grindelwald, their discussions on this, you know, Resurrection Stone. Dumbledore wanted to do it to bring back his parents so that he could, you know, shove off Ariana, and then he wanted to use it again to bring them back and apologize to them. We don't believe that worked, as he was just overcome by the curse, whatever curse Voldemort had. But anyways, then he said that Grindelwald wanted to use it to create an army of Inferi. If
I have thoughts.
I'll just let your thoughts go. Go.
Oh, I didn't mean to talk over you like that, but
You didn't talk
basically,
over
I don't think
me.
I don't think it would.
I'm just excited to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I don't think it would. I don't think it would make Inferi. I think because Dumbledore doesn't actually know. He hasn't like experimented with that thing. Like I said earlier, like what if someone in the Department of Mysteries got it and they studied it and they turned it into some kind of weapon or something. But like I don't think it could make Inferi, because Inferi are just like corpses reanimated. So I don't think it's bringing back corpses. Like, I guess maybe you could theoretically find someone as brilliant as Grindelwald could figure out some kind of sinister use for it, but I don't think that's what it does.
Harry Potter Wiki agrees, where they say that Grindelwald incorrectly believed he could create an army of Inferi with it. Which I thought was interesting. But yeah.
Also, that's not that hard. Just go to like, I don't know, go to like Antietam or Gettysburg and just reanimate everyone.
It's a good call.
There's a ton of dead bodies there.
Or have to ship them. Have to ship them back to the U.S. Or ship them back to England. So
yeah,
gotta be a closer battleground.
Just saying. Or go to like,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
that was the answer.
I mean, at some point in this time would have been like the Bolshevik Revolution. There's a lot of dead people there. Go find there. Go reanimate them there. Put them on a train. Bring them back.
Do you have any other thoughts?
I'm full of ideas.
Do you have any other thoughts on the Resurrection Stone that we want to share with our 6 listeners?
No, other than nothing really. Other Matt, this one's interesting because it is definitely it addresses something that like obviously every fantasy, high tech, whatever story, right? All stories of like that build worlds, whether it's Star Wars or this or Lord of the Rings, Wheel of Time, whatever.
Thank you.
They all address death in some way. I don't know how Wheel of Time because I don't care and I don't want to know, but they all do it.
Are you excited that I'm going to move past Wheel of Time and I'm going to start telling you all about Mistborn and Way of Kings and just some deep, deep Sanderson stuff? So you should be excited. Also, I didn't see Orson Scott Card at church this weekend, but I did see his wife, so it's kind of exciting.
Oh, there you go.
Shout out the Cards.
I will gladly talk Hegemon books, Shadow books, but
Hegemon?
The rest
like
of it.
Digimon?
No, Shadow the Hegemon and like the Shadow series following Bean.
Oh,
I like
sorry.
that. Anything following Bean. The rest of them following Ender were not my thing.
When is the word hegemon used in Ender's Game or Ender's Shadow?
In Ender's Shadow?
Yeah. What is hegemon? I don't remember that term at all.
Oh, the hegemon is like the president of Earth. So the hegemony is like the government that runs the Earth. So like hegemon obviously just means like the leader of a world, right? So like the U.S. is a hegemonic power. Like we kind of control. We have influence over the whole world, right? But in their world, obviously, it's much more so. Like there is one guy who's like the president of Earth. They call him the hegemon, right?
Sounds like it's time for me to.
And that's what Peter's whole goal is. Him and Valentine is they want to become. Well, he wants to, and he enlists his sister, but and spoiler, he becomes hegemon.
What the heck? I guess you said spoiler, so it's fine. Well, it sounds like it's time for a reread for me because I forgot all those terms and I went straight to Digimon and I was like, are you serious? You're talking about Digimon while I'm trying to talk about Wheel of Time?
I would not talk about Digimon.
Good call.
But earlier we were talking about the Resurrection Stone. Pikachu like got turned to stone or died, and Ash's tears healed him in the original Pokemon movie. So
that movie was amazing, and it was one of the best.
I got the Electabuzz. I got the Electabuzz
life.
card. I don't know. I'm holding nothing. I got an Electabuzz card at the movie theater.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, I probably got. I can't remember. Maybe I did too, but
I'm pretty sure it was Electabuzz.
Freaking Mew and Mewtwo just battling, and
oh yeah, dude! Like
the Scar Charizard and Blastoise and Venusaur coming out. Like,
oh yeah,
so sick. So
they like remade that movie just with like crappy CGI, like updated, like literally just the same movie but with like junky CGI. I don't know. A Pokemon blows my mind. I don't know how it was a big deal when we were 7, 8, 9 years old, and my kids are the same. I don't know. Blows my mind.
It's crazy.
It's still a thing. A new game just came out on Switch too. I don't have it, but
if you get it and it's good, let me know.
But I do have it on this. Why?
I get ads for something similar to that on Instagram every day, so that's cool.
As this?
Well, yours is homemade, right? Like you made that yourself.
Oh, this is the kit. I built it, but you could build it too. It's a kit. It's not hard, but yeah. But
I can build
that's
it
the difficult part. That's the difficult part. Is I had to buy that thing and then put a bunch of legally acquired ROMs. I dumped my own cartridges, so this can go on YouTube. No instructions. If you know, you know.
William, that concludes our magical object series. The next time we're together, we're going to do a draft and come with our own magical objects draft and see who collects a greater cachet of magical objects. And they will not be limited to the objects that we talked through here today. And we'll have to work out the kinks, but I'm looking forward to it.
Can't wait. It's going to be legit.
Which means that we also have today the last iteration of the real GOAT debate, MJ versus Harry. We are now on 1998, which coincides, of course, with Book 7, as well as Michael Jordan's last year as a Chicago Bull. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm excited too. This is it. This is amazing.
Are you ready to take us through Harry's resume?
I am ready. Okay, so let's run through Harry's resume. Okay. Book 7, The Deathly Hallows. House points. Got a DNP. That's what you put
on
for
the court, on the pitch. Not too great this year.
On the pitch. No. No house championship and no Quidditch played. Okay. So not a great start by Harry. But starts the summer by watching his beloved owl get murked. Also, really feel like he should have thought through better how to transport her safely. But maybe she had to do it because we just couldn't be worrying about where's Hedwig while he's off around the world. And Mad Eye Moody, of course, dies. So off the start, 2 important people gone. Most of his time they spend wandering around the British, the island of Great Britain, looking for somewhere to sleep and eat and living in a tent, either with Ron and Hermione or also just Hermione. Okay.
A magical tent, at least. So
it is a magical tent, which their accommodations are probably fine, aside from, again, just kind of sucking at life and not figuring out how to stay fed.
It's embarrassing.
But, I guess they were 17, whatever. His best friend, Ron, they have a falling out. They lose him, everything like that. Now, he does return and obviously in the most heroic fashion. So there's some kind of analogy of Pippin there, probably, or something like that. But I mean, kind of, right? Because Pippin kind of quit, not in '98, obviously, but
yeah.
Or maybe Jordan's the one that quit. I mean, he literally did.
Is Jordan Ron Weasley?
Let's not do that to him. And here's the wins, though. Epic robs Gringotts successfully and infiltrates. Oh, yeah. So robs Gringotts successfully and infiltrates the Ministry. The two, aside from, I guess, Malfoy Manor, which he escapes from, which is another huge win. But he infiltrates the 2 most secure evil places in the world, because Gringotts is now under the control not of the goblins, right? But it still has all the protection. So they infiltrate, successfully steal the cup, and escapes on the back of a dragon, which has got to be the coolest flipping thing ever.
If he was
riding a dragon to safety.
Yeah. I mean, if he's a free agent, that's the only story he needs. He's got Ginny, so it doesn't matter, but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. And sacrifices himself. He literally lays down his own life to save the world. Big win. And he goes mano a mano and outsmarts and defeats Voldemort. 1-on-1. No help. He enacts the charm that his same charm his mom did. He puts it on the whole world. And saves everyone. It's incredible. Just an absolute total victory. And it was very much on him. Obviously, Hermione's the reason he even got to that point, because he's an idiot and can't do anything. But when it came time to step up and make the shot, he made it all. Every shot made it.
So you're saying he's the Steve Kerr of this team, where when he has the shot, he takes it, but he's not really the leader here.
Let's not go that far.
I apologize. He led the Battle of Hogwarts. He led the Wizarding
He did lead the
people
Battle of Hogwarts. Yeah,
to
liberation.
To liberation. And
yeah,
this would be the time where we'd read the paragraph, which is my most read paragraph in all of Harry Potterdom, where we just read what happens the instant Voldemort dies, and everyone coming and everyone wanting him to be a part of the celebrations. Yeah. And he was an integral part. He had to shake hands. He had to kiss babies. He had to do everything. And it's the greatest half page to me in all of Harry Potter. And yeah, He did that.
Yeah.
Harry Potter did that.
Yeah, and like very publicly in like one-on-one, right? It wasn't like everyone saw. And it was, which like matters for
Harry.
clout. So, I mean, it got them all chocolate frog cards. So,
He didn't even have to go back to school. He just went straight to being an aura. They're like, you've passed all your tests.
Yeah.
You win. So, mad respect.
Big W.
Pretty great year for Harry. He didn't have a great year, but he had the greatest finish to a year ever.
Yeah, and like ultimately he like I said, he was given the shots and he laid them all. Like laying down your life is the biggest one he made. Like that was what sealed it. Like he laid down his own life, gave it up.
Did he really have a choice? I don't know.
The greater good. He had a choice.
He did. He had so many choices. I'm being facetious. I was going back to, is Lily's sacrifice really all that much? But Harry's actually was. Okay, we'll go MJ now. Well, MJ's going to win on the court since he actually competed. He led the league in scoring for the 10th time in his career. And actually somewhat low, 28.7 points per game. He avenged Karl Malone stealing an MVP from him by, of course, already beating him in the championship last year, but then winning the regular season MVP this year. If you watch The Last Dance, you'll see Pippen sat out a lot, contract negotiations, getting surgery right at the beginning of the season on purpose. His Ron Weasley moment for sure. And MJ was out there on his own for a lot, and he carried his team. Of course, back to the NBA Finals, where he defeated Karl Malone and John Stockton yet again to win his 6th and final NBA championship and NBA Finals MVP. He completed, again, just to bring it all back, his whole goal was to three-peat. Magic didn't do it. Larry didn't do it. Kareem didn't do it. Isaiah didn't do it. He wanted to three-peat. He did it. He retired. He got bored. He came back and said, why don't I just do it again? And he did, again, what no one besides Bill Russell and that crew had done up to that point, and three-peated yet again. He finished his career, somewhat similar to Harry, I would say, with the greatest ending to a career that could possibly be dreamed up, where this is literally what kids do.
So true.
In their front yards playing basketball, where, how about we're down 3 with 1 minute to go in the NBA Finals, and the next 60 seconds are Michael Jordan getting the ball, driving, scoring a layup, and now the Bulls are down 1. Then no one else on the Bulls touches the ball. Malone gets the ball. MJ comes behind him, strips him, and again,
warms your heart to see Karl Malone fail like that.
Yes, it does.
Not a good dude. Google him.
It is pretty horrible, where he just dives on the ground, never saw MJ coming, and he just looks like a helpless baby out there. Then, of course, MJ dribbles the ball methodically up the court, crosses up Byron Russell, not a push-off, swishes the shot with 6 seconds left, and no other Chicago Bull has touched the ball for the last 60 seconds. He had the last 4 points. He had the final steal to win the game. And you cannot make up a better ending than that. So he retires as the greatest of all time with 10 scoring titles, 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, 5 regular season MVPs, and the most successful sports brand in history.
Big deal.
I mean, he didn't save the world per se, but he had as close to an epic finish as Harry did as is humanly possible in the sports world.
Yeah.
It's
the only ending that's humanly possible to be close to that ending is Messi getting the World Cup in 2022.
Because if Brady had retired after his Bucks championship, or if like Brady's 28-3 was like his last Bucks championship.
Gosh, that 28-3, man.
If you combined both of those,
that's incredible. But yeah, like, and the fact that he rode off into the sunset and then came back for the Wiz or whatever. But like, he did end it there, and like, it was incredible.
It was the end of his career. Then he was bored again, and just wanted to sweat. He didn't come back to 3P. He just came back and accomplished exactly what he wanted to. Show these young bucks how they actually suck, and that was it. So
He did. And I remember when I was a kid, one of my friends, like his dad took him to a Spurs versus Wizards game so he could say his son saw Michael Jordan play. That probably would have been in fifth grade, probably.
yes, I saw him play many times as a Wizard, and it was glorious, and he always balled out. I watched him score 40 points in a triple-double and beat Reggie Miller, that loser, in an incredible game. Saw him do the pin off the backboard from the rafters. I saw some amazing things. So
that is legit. I can't say I've ever seen MJ in person. Seen a lot of cool things, but not that.
You've seen an alien, though. So
yeah,
William, I feel like I know where my head's at, but tell me where you're at. Who wins 1998, MJ or Harry?
This is really hard.
This is
I feel like I should give credence.
51-49 to me.
Yeah, I feel like I should give credence to the fact that Harry literally died to save the world. But I can't stop thinking about the shot. So, and I remember when that shot happened. I watched it live.
Of course you did.
I have a very vivid memory of that shot, seeing it live. I remember the steal. I remember the shot. I remember watching the fourth quarter of that game and thinking, this is the guy. Like, he's the most famous basketball player. It's who I wanted to be. I mean, I wrote in a book, like when we wrote our own books in like second grade, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I wrote, I want to be the next Michael Jordan, because I was a second grader or first grader or whatever year it was. Second grader, probably.
That's beautiful.
And he was, I mean, for a little 7-8-year-old William in Vienna, Virginia, that was a big deal. So
I bet you never wrote on paper you wanted to be the next Harry Potter. So I don't know.
I'm gonna go. I think MJ won it. Harry just had a lot of, I don't know. I can't decide. It's hard. I don't know how to say it. I just keep looking at the sheet here, and there's the picture of the shot, and then there's just a picture of like Harry looking mournfully in the distance. So I'm just like, I think MJ won it.
It's true.
Because it's a picture of him elevating over Byron Russell. And I'm like, how could that not be the winner? Look at him. He's perfect.
This is true. Where we talked about what Harry spent most of the book doing. He also, we talked about the camping. Like, he also spent most of the book just like hating the memory of his hero, Albus Dumbledore, and questioning everything he's ever taught him.
Miserable time.
And being beyond frustrated of like, why did you give me only half answers and riddles? I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
It was tough. It was, I mean, it's the difference between like, he was literally at war. He was in a war, you know? So it's like different circumstances. You know, MJ makes $30-something million a year and he's, you know, living the life. But, I don't know, man.
I'll go. Argument.
There's an argument for both. For today, I'm going to say MJ, but I'm subject to change.
I feel like I have to go Harry. I don't know. He had his MJ moment, and
yeah, the circling Voldemort and like
he had his MJ moment, and that moment, I think, supersedes his suck year and MJ's. Again, you watch The Last Dance, MJ's a lonely man. You know, he is making $30 million a year and he is playing the game he loves, but it's also lonely. But Harry...
No one in the world could relate to him.
Exactly. He needed Taylor Swift to be born 20 years earlier. And they could have hung out. But I feel like I have to go Harry. Harry completed that again. I love how you laid it out in book one. Like, Harry doesn't even know what mountains he's climbing. And feel like MJ keeps creating new mountains that no one even knew could exist. He hit his mountain, then created a new mountain, then came back and scaled the exact same mountain. And it's unbelievable. Harry only reaches his peak one time, and he finally did it. And I got to give him his flowers.
Yeah. we'll have to rediscuss it again next time. But it is more important. Like, he did defeat Wizard Hitler, so.
Well, Karl Malone. No, he's not.
Karl Malone has many faults, many faults. But
if only he had beaten Kobe and Shaq on his way to the finals. But you do need to remember the Jazz.
Then I would have been like, I would have sat here and been like, they are literally as evil as Voldemort. I believe that. Not so
the
much
Jazz
Shaq.
beat the Lakers, though. I have a vivid memory of the Lakers getting out. I don't have a vivid memory of watching. I know I watched some of this finals, but I don't have like a vivid memory. I'm here watching this, but I definitely remember the Lakers getting beat and just being like, how could Kobe and Shaq lose? This doesn't make any sense. And my dad being like, John Stockton is the greatest passer of all time. And that's who you need to model your game after.
That's such a dad thing to do. John Stockton.
Kobe sucks. Shaq is just big. The refs suck. Anyways, that was a horrible dad impression, but those were the sentiments. Okay.
Nice.
Well, 1998 is in the books. Again, the next time we're together, we will do the full 1991 versus 1998. Who's the real GOAT? Who won the 90s? Both just having incredible 8-year runs.
Let put it to rest definitively.
Exactly.
We'll give it a definitive answer, and everyone will know.
It's just really exciting to me that the world can have this, and again, that we're the only ones, I'm certain, who have ever done this, and I love it.
Heck yeah.
William, it's time to wrap up with 20 questions. That was upside down. 20 questions. I have a confession. I posted a video today on social media. Yours is upside down too.
I was upside down too.
That I brought this to Bora Bora and I used it in Bora Bora, and that is true. I did do it, but I never actually completed any full series of questions because I would then look up and get distracted by the most beautiful view in the world, and didn't actually do very good. But I believe you did. And to remind our viewers, we were looking at fish
instead.
Exactly. A lot of fish. Did we? I think
brooms.
We had a specific broom. But then we just kind of landed on just any broom.
Silver
not
Arrow.
A Firebolt, not a Nimbus 2000. It was Silver Arrow. Was that the specific one we wanted?
I think so. But I'll go to Zed. I asked this thing, and it does depend. Like, it'll give you the wrong answer because there are a lot of options. But I ended up getting Silver Arrow. I did get Blue Bottle. I got Comet 260.
Bottle?
Yeah, I got Blue Bottle.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Blue Bottle's mentioned half a time.
The Blue Bottle. A broom for all ages. Yeah. It will get them. But, like, it's just, you have to do it a lot. And, like, you have to answer questions. Like, the questions are hard to, like, because it asks questions and you kind of have to, like, just try it in different ways.
When it asks you if it's a tool, do you say yes?
I say yes. Yeah.
You say yes. Okay.
I've tried both, though. I've done both and gotten to the right answer, but I do usually, like, if I would say that a broom is a tool.
I usually say sometimes, which I don't know if that makes it harder for this thing or easier.
Yeah. Yeah. It gets hard, but because, like, this thing is deterministic. Like, it has, and I by the way, I looked into it. I tried to find a way where I could, like, somehow dump the data off of this, and, like, theoretically it's possible, but well beyond, like, my capabilities.
That is amazing.
Like, I would have to maybe, like, be able to, like, not just desoldering, but, like, it's really complicated. And I was like, but I wish I could, like, pay some, like, electrical engineering student to, like, do that for me. Be like, here's a project, find a way to get the data off of this, because it's deterministic. It's here. There's just a list of things that are stored on here, and I want to know what they are.
This podcast is brought to you by the much needed book only ultimate unofficial Harry Potter trivia game. And I would just like to say that this game will fund that quest. If you find someone who has the ability to do that, I will fund it via this game. That would be amazing. I want this.
That would be amazing.
Like in Excel, or I don't know what they could put that into us, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
I'm gonna email some professor, like some engineering professor somewhere.
So we just go on Fiverr and see
Yeah, they might it might be beyond their capability. I don't know.
Don't hate on Fiverr, okay? There's smart people on there. It's just like this is Goodwill Hunting for 2025, okay? It's just,
There you go.
I believe. So we believe that every broom, again, I could pull the trivia question out. I believe there, there's between 10 and 12 known brooms, I believe. Dang it, I should have this question ready. But basically, you're saying you believe every single broom is on there, but it's hard to get to them.
I think so.
I mean,
I think it's just.
why does it guess a silver arrow sometimes? Why does it guess like a Comet 260? Like, what's the difference?
I don't know. We'd have to ask it a lot of questions to really understand.
Well, so I love this thing. Do we come up with another one, or should I just have a good Fred and George ready for you next week? I'll be ready with Fred and George.
Let's do Fred and George next week.
I've
been thinking a lot about that.
Ready. Oh, well, good. As one does. As
one does. I have identical twin boys, so I think about it all the time.
So. I'm currently reading in the third book, and the question I'm going to give you is going to be in the second book, but I've been enjoying the passing off of the Marauders map, and there's definitely some Fred or George in that exchange. So it's not coming yet, but it'll be here eventually.
Can't wait.
All right, William, that is our episode. Again, next time we get together, I guess, first of all, happy Thanksgiving. This, I believe, is coming out on Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. So sorry we did not wish everyone happy Thanksgiving earlier. Are you having turducken for your Thanksgiving meal this year?
Are we having turducken? No, maybe. We're at my in-laws this year. They usually get turducken a lot. Yeah.
I've never had that, but I'd like to.
Turducken rules. I have made a nice etouffee this weekend. It was great.
Cassie thought it didn't look very good, but I didn't share her opinion on the text.
Well, she's from California. They don't know food.
True that.
That's a lie. There's a lot of really good stuff. No, one of my twins said it doesn't look good because it's gravy, right? And then James, my oldest, was like, Teddy, it doesn't look good, but it tastes really good.
Smart boy.
It's like, but yeah, he admitted it. Like, no, it doesn't look. It's not. It's gravy with crawfish and shrimp. So
sounds amazing. In Bora Bora, I had a lobster tail medallion on risotto. I think I said those words correctly. It was one of the greatest things I've ever had in my entire life.
That sounds awesome.
Which almost made it worth the $150 a plate I paid for it. So, pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Sucks. It was worth like $50 for sure. So, pretty great.
Yeah. Whereas, like, that's the thing. Like, when I go to, we'll talk about it later. We can end the podcast.
Good call. It's Thanksgiving. It's exciting. People want to hear.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
eat some food. Eat some turducken.
Happy Thanksgiving.
What's it? Madden always had turducken.
And when you hear us next week, we will be finalizing our GOAT debate, MJ versus Harry, and finalizing our magical objects, and then we'll have to move on to our next series. And nobody's written in on what we should do next. Again, we'll do whatever we want, but I really hope someone shares one opinion. That'd be really exciting for me. So
I can solicit opinions.
Yeah.
Opinion from my sister. Well, I can get multiple opinions from one person.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good point. All right. Well, William, a tight hour and 24 minutes. I feel great.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. I love you, and I hope I see you in person soon. And anything else?
I love all of our listeners. Peace.
All of them. Deuces.